Okay, moving on to the next step in the budgeting process, we're going to budget for education. We have to provide education for our coders to include at a minimum. You could include all three in the continuing education because you probably want all three to be updated. So again, if you go back to AHIMA, you can go to the home page and you should be able to pull up the data under professional resources. Sometimes they have resources that will allow you to get a CD or do some sort of webinar, and that makes it fairly easy. So you can always go into audio seminars and webinars and have your coders participate in those sort of things. This is usually good. Sometimes they'll let you have more than one individual participate in the seminar. So you could come here, you can click for details, and you can get more information here. Another great place that you could go would be maybe even if you look at their bookstore. I believe this is also under professional development. Click on bookstore, and they also have CDs that you can get continuing education for, as well as some of your textbooks you can do continuing education. So all of this information is located here. You can get prices and use this information. For instance, under e-learning or audio seminars would be a great place to look for this particular piece of the assignment. Moving back, you've been asked to make capital requests. You need new microfilm or microfiche reader. You want to check the internet, choose a model, and compare some of your pricing. And so you want to just go out and you can Google the pricing for microfilm reader or microfiche reader. So any of these websites, you can probably go out and just do a Google, do a search for purchasing a microfilm reader, and see what comes up out there as far as cost and such. So you're going to budget that in, just as if you were purchasing a new computer or a new printer. We also want to look at the average hourly rate. We're going to create a budget for 2011 because we have all the budgeting information for 2010. You're going to have to justify your calculations and recommendations. So justify why did you choose that microfilm reader, the one that you chose, and other justifications. You're going to turn in 3 Excel spreadsheets. One is going to list the salaries, one is going to be broken down by month, and one is an annual budget. So using these increases and the information above, you're going to have 3 Excel spreadsheets. One will list the salary, and it will be very similar to this one here. You're going to have another spreadsheet, and that will be broken down by month, and that will be very similar to the spreadsheet that we have right here that's broken down by month. The cost to run this department for January. Salaries, we have $40,000 is what we spend in salaries per month. $100 per month in education is what we have budgeted for in 2010. 2,000 contracts is what we have for 2010. So this is what we are spending, or we have budgeted for in 2010, and so we're going to go ahead and budget for 2011. That's the purpose of this assignment. This is what you're going to be doing, is purchasing for budgeting for next year, broken down by month, and then one that is the annual budget. So you're going to have one final that is your annual budget, and so you're looking at your expense budget here. This is your annual budget. So it's just looking back at these worksheets and showing these increases at this point after you have completed the processes above. Then you're going to do a Word document that justifies your expenses for every category in the budget. You're going to turn in a Word document that identifies the equipment you would like to purchase and justification for that equipment. So your presentation must be well thought out. Act like you're going to give this to the CFO of the hospital, and you're going to have to justify. So you need to justify your expenses, and you're going to have a Word document that identifies the equipment you would like to purchase and justification. So you will have 3 Excel spreadsheets, a Word document that justifies expenses, and a Word document that identifies the equipment that you would like to purchase along with justification. You're going to have to convince that CFO that we need to spend whatever it may be on this new equipment, and you're going to justify why you selected that equipment and then why we have these expenses in our budget. I hope this clarifies some things up. If you have further questions, please let me know.